Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about an idea of movement versus exercise. What is movement? Pretty much everything you do on a day-to-day basis. Standing, walking, sitting, squatting, reaching, breathing, scratching your nose, pretty much everything. What your body's designed to do pretty much all of the waking hours. Exercise, on the other hand, we're talking things like running, weightlifting, yoga, team sports, gymnastics, etc. So a good question to ask yourself is, why do you exercise? Common answers mostly are going to be to be healthier, lose a bit of weight, for longevity. So with those goals in mind, let's break it down a little bit and see which of these concepts is going to be more appropriate for you. If you're starting from a place of a reasonably sedentary life, a little bit overweight, a few aches and pains, maybe some high blood pressure, jumping straight into high intensity exercise or sports or things like that may end up leading to negative health outcomes in the future. Often a lot of sports, we'll take running for example, involve repetitive motions. There's not a huge amount of movement variability involved. If your body is not in tip-top shape, you're not that well aligned, and you're repetitively putting it through these motions over time, you might end up with some joint degradation, aches and pains. You might have to take some time off, and then you'll end up in a worse position than when you started. And high blood pressure, for example, if you have high blood pressure and you think, right, I'm gonna get myself healthy, you start going, I'm gonna go out running 3-4 times a week, you get your heart rate up 80-90%, that's actually not gonna be very good for your heart. Something like walking would be much more appropriate. So I would make the assertion that taking control over the quality of your movement would be a much better place to start before you progress into team sports or any of those higher intensity activities. Often exercise can come from a place of shame or guilt, or guilt for what you haven't been doing over the last few years, or you're trying to erase some poor dietary choices. Whereas you want to come to exercise or training or practice through a sense of joy and passion and really getting involved in what you're doing, setting goals and achieving things. It should never really be done out of some kind of shame, or you're whipping yourself, essentially. That begs the question, what should I do going forward? Some basic places to start. Walking. Walking, if done correctly, is one of the best self-corrective exercises a human being can do. So ideally in nature, if you can get out and walk 3 to 5 miles in nature every day, every other day, that's a great place to start. You will lose weight, you will start to fix your body. Spend more time on the floor. So if you're sitting on the sofa all the time, even just in the advert breaks in the TV, get down on the floor, move around a little bit. There's lots of different positions your body can get itself into, and that will do the world of good for not a lot of effort. Then you might want to look into things like stretching, some light stretching, some joint mobilizations. Ideally, we don't want to sit still for too long. So sitting, yes, it gets a bad rap, and rightly so, but it's not necessarily the enemy. Stillness is more of the problem. So yes, we all have to sit at office jobs and the likes, and that is what it is, but you want to try to change position as much as possible and try not to sit in one position for too long. And then we want to start to incorporate a bit of kind of light resistance training. So basic simple movements, body weight movements, some basic dumbbell movements or barbell movements. So if that is not accessible to you at all, you're a very, very busy person, you maybe work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, busy life, kids, the whole deal, and you only have the 3 or 4 hours to get some exercise in, I would suggest trying to vary that as much as possible. Try a few different things. Basically introduce some movement variability into it, so you're not putting the same motions through your joints day by day when they might not be prepared for it. If you want to lose weight, again, people think they have to go out and do a lot of intense exercise. Getting your body to a well-aligned state where everything functions as it should, you're going to start using the big muscles of your body, your glutes, your lats, and that will boost your metabolism. So walking, getting yourself well aligned, maybe cutting out some sugar, cutting out some processed food will get you well on your way to losing weight without having to start tearing down your body with intense exercise. Also, you would like to try some hanging off anything, a tree, a bar, anything you can find, and some squatting. Squatting in any position, lots of different variations of squats, all gonna do a lot of good. So I hope that cleared a few things up. If anybody disagrees with anything or wants to know more, any questions, just comment down below. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Let's get moving.